Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nerdgasm. We're going to be talking about the latest episode of Legion. This last episode of Legion really took you on a heartfelt trip through the entire episode. Everything about it messes with your head and pulls on your heartstrings.
I just didn't feel it.
The whole thing is because of the time demons that Switch and David let out with their excessive time traveling. And I just have to say, I agree with David about one thing.
If there are time demons, tell me about the time demons.
How do you overlook that? How do you not mention that? That seems like something that you definitely say day one. Also, they look more like goblins than cat creatures. Maybe even, and this might be a stretch here, they look a little similar to the moon from Soul Eater, but that is just my opinion. I'm sure there are other references for these things. The one thing that is really fun about the time demons is the color scheme that they have. The blue has been a huge presence for David's inner sanctum, and the demons rock a fur and eye color that matches the blue. So it freaked me out because I kept expecting some of the blue flowers to turn into demon eyes and attack David. With this show being completely freaky, I'm always on the lookout for twisty turns, and it made me a little bit paranoid. But I feel like you have to be a little bit paranoid to watch Legion. Then you have the weeping angel aspect to the time demons. They don't have fluid motion. They move almost like animation storyboards and don't seem to have a set distance. It's all just a game to them. And other than eating time, they seem to like messing with people. Which brings me to the mindfuck that is David seeing his mother and Sid seeing her younger self. It was weird seeing David go from I am the Alpha and the Omega to Mommy. It messed with me. And it plays on a major theme of the season, which is that David has no idea what he's doing. The second he sees his mom, he just breaks down. He was spitting out some real cliche action stuff in the beginning. Then we have Sid, who is speaking with a younger version of herself, and we get a closer look at the sex event that was brought up a while back, which I know that there are still some people who debate on who's wrong, who's right, because of what happened with her and David in season 2. And Sid struggled to stop David even though she really does love him. It was a nice twist that I wasn't expecting. But we all know that the time demons were impersonating David's mom and young Sid. Here's what scares me. You guys saw that Farouk cuts off one of the time demons' hands in the beginning, right? Is anyone else concerned that David may not be the cause of the world dying? That the time demon Farouk cuts is the future Sid, and they want revenge on David by manipulating D3 into killing David? The only mutant on the planet that's actually capable of stopping them. Don't get me wrong, we've seen that Farouk is capable of damaging them and can even travel to their home, which is because, if you guys remember, Farouk goes on to tell D3 that the astral plane exists on this weird portion of space and time, and Farouk has had a very long time to master his powers, so it's not a crazy stretch that he can do this. But Farouk is still obviously vulnerable to their timey-wimey powers. Side note, while they were in the demon world, didn't they look fresh as fuck right here? Oh my god, look at this. If this was an album cover, I would buy it. Farouk featuring D3. I loved it. I wouldn't even pirate this. I would legit buy this. But one of the best moments of this episode is the time skip for the viewer that takes place after a commercial where FX puts on the shield, which has been off the air for more than 10 years. It was supposed to give the viewers a sense of confusion and time travel that the characters were getting themselves. Also, it was awesome to see the Thing show up on Legion. It's the closest we will ever get to a Fantastic Four crossover. The biggest concern I have about this episode is David being able to finally kill one of the time demons. He seems to have gained the confidence to go with his omniscient boasting from earlier in the episode. Not only that, but it looked like he got some time powers at the end there. Maybe not time travel worthy, but he definitely leveled up. In the comics, when David becomes the complete version of himself, he manages to unlock time travel and goes back in time to try and kill Magneto, who he says is the greatest villain to ever live. Ironic. The whole time David has fought against Farouk talking about being gods, and now he finally calls himself not a god, but God, and he's gaining more power with every episode. It's honestly terrifying, but let me know your opinions on the episode. With such great growth for a bunch of characters, and now David wanting to go to war with D3, how do you think this is all gonna play out? If you guys are brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and stick around for the rest of Legion, and turn on the bell notifications so that you can know when we post new videos. Thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for the support, I love your faces. If you want to suggest stuff, use the comments, and you can also follow me on social media. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.